Welcome to Vienna Doughnut Day, our contribution to the global Doughnut Day on November 13th. Vienna has a rich history and culture, and its doughnuts are no exception. The Viennese doughnut, or Krapfen, is a delicious pastry enjoyed by people of all ages. Today we celebrate the Viennese doughnut and its contributions to a regenerative society. During global economic and environmental challenges, a revolutionary concept has emerged to reshape how we think about prosperity and sustainability. This concept is known as the Doughnut Economy. The Doughnut Economy was created by British economist Kate Raworth, an inspiring figure who saw the need for a new economic model. It was introduced in her 2017 book, Doughnut Economics: 7 Ways to Think Like a 21st Century Economist. Kate Raworth envisioned a model that combined economics, sustainability, and social well-being, breaking away from traditional economic thinking. Raworth's inspiration for the Doughnut Economy was recognizing 2 fundamental challenges. First, there is an urgent need to address environmental degradation and resource depletion. And second, the glaring disparities in wealth and access to basic needs that persist globally. The doughnut concept aimed to create an economic system that is socially just and ecologically sustainable. The doughnut model is a visual representation that encapsulates the core principles of this concept. It consists of 2 concentric rings. The inner ring represents the social foundation, while the outer ring represents the ecological ceiling. The Doughnut Economy has gained considerable popularity and support globally. Many governments, cities, and organizations have adopted its principles and implemented policies aligned with its goals. Vienna is a city committed to the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, adopted by the United Nations in 2015. The goals aim to achieve a better and more sustainable future by 2030. Vienna has made significant progress in achieving many of its goals. However, there are some challenges that Vienna faces in achieving the SDGs. One challenge is that Vienna has become an expensive city to live in. This can make it difficult for people to afford housing and other basic necessities. Another challenge is that Vienna is still a very car-centric city. This can contribute to air pollution and climate change. Despite these challenges, Vienna is progressing towards achieving the SDGs. The city is committed to creating a more sustainable and equitable future for all. It is a city that is located in a very interconnected region. Other cities and towns surround the city and is also a central transportation hub. This means that Vienna cannot be reviewed in isolation. As we observe the Vienna Doughnut Day, let us take a moment to reflect on our individual responsibilities in creating a better future for ourselves and for the planet as a whole. We can make a significant impact by supporting the Doughnut Economy and its principles that promote a sustainable and equitable world. By adopting the doughnut model, we can ensure that we meet the needs of all individuals while safeguarding the planet's natural resources. Vienna, a city steeped in history and culture, has made remarkable strides in supporting Sustainable Development Goal 11. Sustainable cities and communities, focusing on social housing. The origins of Vienna's Gemeindebau, its funding mechanisms, and its impact on shaping a more equitable and sustainable society makes for a compelling story. Vienna's commitment to social housing dates back to the early 20th century when the Gemeindebau concept emerged. These communal residential buildings were initially constructed to address the dire housing conditions of the working class in the growing city. Today, Vienna's social housing is a shining example of how urban living can be sustainable, inclusive, and beautiful. These housing complexes have evolved and now boast modern amenities, energy-efficient technologies, and well-maintained green spaces. The Vienna Wohnbausteuer, or Vienna housing tax, was a progressive policy implemented by the city of Vienna in the early 20th century to address housing shortages and improve living conditions. It was primarily the initiative of Robert Dannenberg and Hugo Breitner. This tax targeted property owners, particularly landlords and real estate developers, and was levied on vacant or underutilized land and properties. The revenue generated from this tax was reinvested into social housing projects, leading to the construction of affordable housing for the working class and helping alleviate Vienna's housing crisis. The tax was structured in a highly progressive manner, with lower rates for smaller, more modest apartments and significantly higher rates for luxury properties. This approach aimed to promote the development of housing for all income groups and played a significant role in shaping Vienna's reputation for extensive, well-designed public housing. Social housing contributes significantly to creating a thriving and equitable urban environment that balances the needs of people and the planet. By ensuring access to affordable housing, Vienna supports the inner ring of the Doughnut, which represents a social foundation. Simultaneously, Vienna's commitment to the sustainable building practices and energy efficiency addresses the outer ring of the Doughnut, safeguarding the planet's vital ecosystems. Vienna's dedication to social housing is a beacon of hope in a world grappling with urbanization, inequality, and environmental challenges. By creating a city that thrives within the Doughnut model, Vienna showcases how investment in social housing can lead to more sustainable, inclusive, and resilient communities. Vienna has emerged as a hub for urban agriculture and responsible consumption. Let's explore how Vienna contributes to Sustainable Development Goal 12, responsible consumption and production. Within the city limits, a network of organic farms and community gardens have sprung up, contributing not only to the local food supply, but also to the city's broader sustainability goals. These urban farms prioritize environmentally friendly practices, eschewing chemical pesticides and fertilizers in favor of organic methods. The proximity of these farms to the city's inhabitants fosters a strong connection between consumers and their food sources, promoting awareness and responsible consumption habits. Locals can purchase fresh and nutritious produce directly from the farmers, reducing the city's ecological footprint. Vienna's support for organic farming aligns closely with Kate Raworth's concept of the Doughnut economy. These innovative economic models seek to balance human needs with planetary boundaries. The organic farms within Vienna's borders contribute to this by producing food that is both nutritious and sustainable, reducing the city's ecological footprint. Moreover, these farms play a significant role in addressing the urban-rural divide. By bringing agricultural activities into the city, they bridge the gap between rural producers and urban consumers, fostering a more integrated, responsible food system. But Vienna's efforts alone are not enough to fully realize the goals of SDG 12 and the Doughnut economy. Policymakers, businesses, and individuals worldwide must embrace sustainable practices and advocate for system changes in a global economic framework. We must collectively reevaluate our success metrics and prioritize responsible consumption and production to create a more equitable, sustainable, and prosperous future for all. Vienna has demonstrated a noteworthy commitment to achieving Sustainable Development Goal 12 by promoting responsible consumption practices and supporting organic farms. The city has set an inspiring example of local action that aligns with the principles of the Doughnut economy. By prioritizing sustainability and environmentally friendly practices in its food systems, Vienna has established a robust and sustainable framework that can be emulated by other cities worldwide. Vienna is a city committed to sustainable development. It has set an ambitious target to become carbon neutral by 2040. But achieving Sustainable Development Goal 13, climate action, is challenging. One of the primary obstacles to carbon neutrality in Vienna is the reliance on gas for housing. Eliminating gas from all housing within the city is an ambitious plan, but it comes with a hefty price tag. Retrofitting social housing is feasible and well underway, but concerns loom over addressing the rest of the city's residential and commercial properties. Many private property owners face the challenge of funding costly upgrades to reduce their carbon footprint. In addition, Vienna is growing rapidly, with an increase of 500,000 inhabitants since 1989. While this growth has contributed to the economic prosperity, it puts significant pressure on the city's resources and emissions. The need for housing, infrastructure, and transportation for this expanding population can undermine Vienna's carbon neutrality aspirations. Vienna's public transportation system is extensive and efficient, but the challenges of reducing car emissions persist as a roadblock of achieving the goals of SDG 13. Vienna streets continue to be congested with private vehicles, and the political climate often needs more courage to implement measures to curtail car usage further. Vienna aims to achieve carbon neutrality by 2040, a complex and challenging goal that requires a balance between environmental sustainability, economic growth, and political will. Local initiatives like promoting public transportation and investing in renewable energy sources are in place. But achieving SDG 13 will need federal support and a forward-thinking approach to tackle complex challenges ahead. Vienna's experience reminds us that addressing climate change comes with complex trade-offs. But through determination and collaboration, we can build a better future. By investing in public transportation and energy-efficient buildings, Vienna has reduced its carbon footprint and improved the quality of life for its citizens. Let's follow Vienna's example and take bold action to create a sustainable future. Amid Vienna's commitment to sustainability and progress in addressing challenges related to climate action and carbon neutrality, it's worth noting how these efforts connect with Sustainable Development Goal 6, clean water and sanitation. Vienna's investment in water management towards the end of the 19th century was a significant and comprehensive undertaking that has had a profound and long-lasting impact on the city's approach to water resources. This initiative involves the construction of an elaborate system of water supply and sanitation infrastructure, including the construction of water treatment plants, reservoirs, and aqueducts. The project also involved the implementation of strict regulations on water usage and contamination, which have been instrumental in safeguarding Vienna's water resources to this day. Vienna's ingenious system of tributaries developed over a century ago continues to serve as a model for responsible water management. These engineered waterways were constructed to manage flooding, ensuring the city was resilient despite natural disasters. Today, Vienna's residents and visitors have access to exceptionally high-quality tap water. Thanks to rigorous filtration and purification processes, the city's tap water is potable, reducing the unnecessary consumption of bottled water, often resulting in plastic waste and carbon emissions from transportation. Still, Vienna's water management has its challenges. The city faces an increasing risk of drought, exacerbated by climate change and a growing population. The demand for water resources is steadily rising, necessitating innovative and sustainable approaches to water supply and management. The Danube River is an important lifeline for Vienna and various other communities in the region, but unfortunately it has become a growing concern due to the presence of microplastics. The source of this problem can be traced back to the irresponsible behavior of some citizens who leave their trash in public spaces. These microplastics pose a serious threat to both the environment and human health, and their accumulation in the river can have far-reaching consequences. The governments and communities along the Danube need to work together to address the issue and take effective measures to prevent further pollution of this crucial waterway. Vienna's rich history of water management and its continued efforts to address these contemporary water-related challenges highlight its commitment to Sustainable Development Goal 6. The city serves as a reminder that while significant progress has been made in ensuring access to clean water, there are ongoing challenges that require innovative solutions and community engagement to maintain water quality and sustainability for the present and future generations. Vienna is committed to sustainable development and responsible resource management. It's making significant progress towards Sustainable Development Goal 7, affordable and clean energy. Vienna promotes renewable energy, reduces emissions, and invests in energy-efficient buildings and infrastructure. The city's public transport runs on green energy, and over 50% of its electricity comes from renewable sources. Vienna boasts an impressive history of district heating, a system that dates back to the late 20th century. This network, fueled by waste heat, natural gas, and biomass, has been a cornerstone of the city's commitment to clean energy. It efficiently provides heating to a significant portion of Vienna's buildings, reducing the need for individual heating systems and promoting energy efficiency. However, the current status of Vienna's district heating system is a matter of debate and concern. While the city has made substantial strides in adopting renewable energy sources and improving the efficiency of district heating, it is essential to acknowledge that the system still relies on some fossil fuels. These fossil fuels, primarily natural gas, are used alongside biomass to produce heat. Additionally, there have been instances of burning plastics for district heating operations, which raises environmental and health concerns. The use of fossil fuels and the incineration of plastics in district heating operations are pressing issues that Vienna must address to align its energy practices with the goals of SDG 7. By reducing dependence on fossil fuels and eliminating the burning of plastics, Vienna advances not only its sustainability goals, but also the broader principles of the Doughnut economy, where resource use is both efficient and regenerative. Vienna is experiencing a steady increase in its population, which is further compounded by a significant influx of migrants. These demographic changes create a unique set of challenges that necessitate a careful and nuanced approach to address disparities and promote social inclusivity. To effectively manage these issues, policymakers and community leaders must consider factors such as language barriers, cultural differences, and varying social-economic backgrounds, among others. There are a myriad of various federal ordinances that hold migrants back, starting with restriction on dual citizenship. Migrants cannot buy houses on leased public land, cannot lead worker councils, and, as we have just encountered, cannot organize demonstrations. It's important to recognize that Vienna has been working towards promoting inclusivity and equality. But it's also necessary to understand that cultural transformations, especially in a city as diverse as Vienna, require time. Let's hope for a more migrant-friendly federal government for 2024. Vienna's efforts to achieve reduced inequalities demonstrate the intricate and interdependent nature of sustainable development goals. It highlights the fact that the pursuit of such goals require a multifaceted approach that takes into account various factors affecting social, economic, and environmental well-being. Vienna is a city that places a great emphasis on sustainability and responsible resource management. However, this is not just a local issue. It is also a matter of global cooperation and systemic change. The challenges facing Vienna are complex and multifaceted, but the city is well prepared to meet them head-on. Vienna should be commended for its strong commitment to ensuring access to clean water, promoting affordable and clean energy, reducing inequalities, encouraging responsible consumption and production, and taking action to combat climate change. The efforts made towards sustainability and equity in Vienna are commendable. However, there is a significant amount of work that still needs to be done to achieve these goals in a more sustainable and equitable way. It is imperative to continue pushing for further progress and innovation in these areas so that Vienna can serve as a model for other cities around the world, striving to create a more just and environmentally friendly society. The Sustainable Development Goals are an ambitious set of targets that require fundamental change across different aspects of society, including economic, environmental, and social systems. Achieving these goals demands a sustained and comprehensive effort to transform the current structures and practices that drive our society. In this regard, Vienna needs to adopt a systemic change that addresses the root causes of inequalities and environmental degradation. This requires a shift towards more sustainable and inclusive economic models, the promotion of renewable energy, the reduction of waste and pollution, and the protection of biodiversity. Additionally, it involves the improvement of education and healthcare systems, the promotion of gender equality, and the protection of human rights. To achieve this transformation, Vienna needs to commit to a long-term vision and work towards practical solutions that involve all stakeholders. By fostering innovation, collaboration, and inclusiveness, Vienna can drive systemic change and continue its journey towards a more equitable and sustainable future.